I have just caught wind that To the Stars Academy has allegedly partnered with Lockheed Martin Skunk Works, the giant aerospace company. As you might know, one of the current members of To the Stars Academy was a recent employee at this aerospace company. In fact, his name being Steve Justice, he was the number 2 guy in the whole organization. He was the director of advanced systems, which is a huge deal. My source for this revelation is a young scientist and engineer named Deep Prasad. He was an attendant at the March 15th Scientific Conference on Anomalous Phenomena. And according to Deep, Luis Elizondo himself conveyed to him and a few other people that To the Stars Academy has partnered with the aerospace company Lockheed Martin Skunk Works. Now, to be clear, I would not be reporting on this except for the fact that Deep has already put this information out into the wild in a Twitter thread. It's like I saw a little gazelle twitching in the bushes, and I was a ravenous lion that hasn't eaten in weeks, and I trounced. Here's Deep's Twitter thread. In this thread, I dropped some of my own morsels of disclosure now that certain things I was told have come to pass and I'm allowed to talk about it. Full disclaimer, I represent none of the parties I'll be speaking about and am just a random 23-year-old talking bleep on Twitter, if anyone in black suits and shades comes by. A couple months ago, Luis Elizondo of To the Stars Academy told a few of us that they've partnered with large aerospace companies. To my understanding, the partnership is not so everyone at these companies can sit around with the talented folks at To the Stars Academy and talk about UFOs all day. No, it's much more physical and relevant to all of us than that. He told me that it's an effort to reverse engineer and recreate the extraordinary properties of certain metamaterials of unknown origin. I asked why this was something the aerospace companies would be interested in. It turns out the abilities of one sample specifically does things that will be majorly useful for propulsion that would leapfrog us into a new world if we cracked it. We understand how it works supposedly, which I do not believe, but not how to recreate it. Mastering this technology that's ingrained into this ultra metamaterial will allow us to go anywhere on the planet in minutes and the nearby star systems in a couple weeks, among a whole bunch of other capabilities, but propulsion is what these companies were interested in. Now, this is the disclosure part. I wasn't allowed to talk about who To the Stars Academy partnered with, but now they've announced it publicly and implicitly through history. So I can talk about the other two that haven't been announced. Aside from Lockheed Martin, supposedly, To the Stars Academy is also partnered with one of the world's most global and famous airplane manufacturers, Boeing. They're also allegedly working with the infamous Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. This is all about the commercialization of tech that was not human-made. I would make the case for why I believe such an advanced piece of tech didn't come from us, but instead, I leave that to the Stars Academy. They told us what they would do and delivered, so I have confidence that most or all of what I'm saying is true. Here is Deep Prasad at the Scientific Conference on Anomalous Aerospace Phenomena with the former head of ATIP, Luis Elizondo, where he allegedly received this news. So I asked Deep for a personal statement about what he thinks the significance is of To the Stars Academy partnering with major aerospace companies with the intention of figuring out how to back engineer alien technology in order to create a new kind of transportation vehicle. Here's what he had to say. The public announcements made by To the Stars Academy about revealing projects at Lockheed Martin's Advanced Development Program, ADP, otherwise known as Skunk Works, is extremely exciting. I remember during my engineering days as colleagues competed with each other to work for Lockheed Martin. They are the Google of the engineering world in some respects. Given what I know about the background behind Lockheed partnering with To the Stars Academy, I am convinced that this will be the final nail in the coffin that will get even scientists and engineers asking for more data. To put it simply, this is going to be the same thing as Google coming out and telling the world that they have in their possession a highly technologically advanced AI search engine at least 75 to 100 years ahead of their current capabilities that they've never told the world about, let alone offered it to everyone. This is an organization currently employing hundreds of thousands of people and roughly half the talent in neural networks, for your information. So for something like that to exist, one would be hard-pressed to ask them where they got it from. Now picture Google telling you that all they could say was that people who gave it to them claimed it had literal alien origins and or refused to tell you, and no one on the planet was able to recreate the technology at hand, including Google. Here is Steve Justice, former director of advanced systems of Lockheed Martin Skunk Works, back in October 11th, 2017, talking about the observed reality of UAP and his intention, with help, to back engineer that technology one way or the other and create a new transportation device.
And one of the things I want to do is figure out what those technologies are in this observed vehicle, and I want to build that. I want to build something that absolutely stimulates the imagination.
Now, Mr. Justice, Lockheed Martin Skunk Works, Boeing, and Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. I call shotgun. I'm going to be the first person to get behind that wheel. I'm going to take this thing to the moon. And as a peace gesture, I'm going to exit the craft, and then I'm going to proceed to pull my pants down and moon the entire world. Well, not to worry. I'm going to warn y'all before I do it, because you're all going to need a really good pair of sunglasses. And to Commander David Fravor, I'm sorry, man. I know how badly you want to fly this thing, but your name is not UFO Jesus. You'll get in the cockpit after I'm done. Shout out to the Stars Academy, who will be premiering their upcoming docu-series titled Unidentified on May 31st on the History Channel. So check your local listings, because you can bet your bottom dollar that UFO Jesus himself will be watching. And since I'll be watching, so should you. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you'd like to support this channel, you can check out my merch shop. Link is in the description below, where I sell t-shirts, or you could become even a patron. Or you can just slap a like on this bad boy, and I'll appreciate it so much. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next episode.